The people of West Bengal voted for change. The slogan was Poriborton. The mandate was historic. But within hours of the results, Bengal once again slipped into the same old cycle of political violence. Hello and welcome. You are listening to HW News Network. The BJP's massive victory in West Bengal was supposed to mark the beginning of a new political chapter in the state. For years, the BJP accused the Trinamool Congress government of creating an atmosphere of fear, intimidation, cadre violence, and political revenge. The Saffron Party promised that if Bengal changed politically, the culture of violence would also end. But what unfolded after the results has shocked many people across the country. Reports of clashes, arson, vandalism, and even killings started emerging from different districts almost immediately after counting day. According to police reports and media accounts, violence was reported in several places across the state. In Hara, a BJP worker was allegedly lynched. In Birbhum, a Trinamool Congress worker was killed in another violent clash. Both parties blamed each other. Visuals circulating on social media showed damaged party offices, burnt vehicles, vandalized buildings, and street clashes. Police confirmed that several TMC offices in Kolkata suburbs and district areas were attacked and vandalized. And this is exactly where the bigger question arises. If the ruling party changes but the political culture remains the same, then has Bengal really changed? That is the central issue here. For years, Bengal politics has functioned on a dangerous model where political rivalry is treated like personal warfare. Every election becomes a battle for survival. Victory is celebrated not just politically, but territorially. Defeat is seen not as a democratic outcome, but as surrender. This culture did not begin yesterday. It existed during the Left Front era. It continued during the Trinamool Congress years. And now the fear is that it may continue under a BJP-dominated Bengal as well. And remember, this election itself was projected as one of the most heavily secured elections in Bengal's history. Central forces were deployed in large numbers. The Election Commission claimed voting was largely peaceful compared to previous elections. Yet once the results came, violence returned. That tells you something deeper. The problem is not merely law and order, the problem is political conditioning over decades. Cadre-based politics in Bengal has created an environment where party identity often becomes stronger than democratic values. Workers on both sides sometimes behave less like political supporters and more like territorial enforcers. And this is dangerous for democracy. Because democracy is not only about voting peacefully. Democracy is also about accepting defeat peacefully. The BJP today has achieved something historic in Bengal. There is no denying that. Winning Bengal was once considered impossible for the party. But now comes the real test. Can the BJP break Bengal's cycle of political revenge politics? Because once you become the ruling power, the standards become different. The excuses end there. The BJP spent years criticizing Mamata Banerjee and the Trinamool Congress over post-poll violence after the 2021 elections. At that time, BJP leaders repeatedly claimed that Bengal had become politically intolerant. Now the same questions are being asked again. Will Bengal finally move towards political normalcy? Or will the color of the ruling party change while the methods remain identical? Mamata Banerjee, meanwhile, has alleged that democracy was murdered and claimed many seats were forcibly taken away. But irrespective of political allegations, violence on the streets cannot become the language of democracy. And this is not just Bengal's problem anymore. Across India, politics is becoming increasingly aggressive, emotionally polarized, and vindictive. Political opponents are no longer treated as rivals. They are treated as enemies. That mindset eventually destroys democratic culture. Because the day politics becomes warfare, ordinary citizens become collateral damage. West Bengal now stands at a crossroads. The people have delivered a clear mandate, but the real victory will not be counted merely by assembly seats. The real victory will happen only if Bengal finally escapes this long tradition of political violence. Otherwise, this election will simply prove one thing. Governments may change, Slogans may change, party flags may change, but Bengal's political culture would remain exactly the same.